Oh, hey, welcome back to Dead Car Rescue. Get in the truck. We're gonna go to look at some old cars today. I've got 3 honey holes that I buy cars from. We're gonna take the trailer in case we find anything that we're interested in. But if I don't buy anything, that don't mean you can't. So you can look at these videos and see an old car you like at these honey holes I've got. I'm gonna include the phone numbers, and if there's a sign out front, we're gonna put a sign on it so you can call them and find your perfect hot rod or project. So I'm not charging you guys nothing. So jump in the truck, let's go. Okay, folks, I'm in Malden, Missouri. JR's Cars, 573-276-5900. This man sells these old cars and good running used cars also. But this is one of them. 67 or 66. Looks like a Malibu or Chevelle, like that's what they call them. It's rough, but it's all there. I mean, as far as body-wise, I don't even know if it's got a motor in it. This is one of them. It's a 67. 2-door post. It could live again. You can rescue this car if you're interested in something like this. Now, he's got a lot of them for sale that we're not even going to see today. But he told me to just go ahead and film. If anybody's interested in any of them, give this man a call and talk to him about them. I'm just going to film the old stuff. So if you see something nice in a newer car, just give him a call. 66 or 67 4-door 300 series. That's a 67 or 68 Cougar. And that looks kind of like that Cyclone's brother, which is a Typhoon. I don't know if that's what that is or not, but it's got the graphics on it like a Typhoon. This is a little automatic car. It's got some, it's a 67 or 68, I don't know. But if you're interested in this stuff, give him a call and find out what year it is. I'm not gonna stay here a long time and bore you guys. This thing does not have a motor in it. I can see that from the crack in the hood. And that's a 67. And that's Cougar there, I think is a 67. I think the 68s had, well, doggone if that don't look like a GMC Typhoon. Let's raise the hood. Let's find out if it's got a turbo on it. Nope, but it does have a Chevy engine in it. Big one. It's just not finished. It's got Corvette wheels on it. That's what it is. It's what made it look like the Typhoon. Of course, the 55 Chevrolet, it says no on it, so that means not for sale. Little El Camino here. It's not a bad looking car. There's the dash, which has got a dash in it. Looks like it's got a 4-speed in it. Not a bad looking car. And a vinyl top. El Camino. There's an El Camino. Don't know what that is, but that's an old one. Looking at the bumpers on it, looks like an old, maybe a 40s, I don't know. Yeah, it's got the tube drive shaft, so that's a 40s Chevrolet, I'd say. Maybe a 49, 48 Chevrolet. He said he's got some stuff at his house also that's nicer stuff. That's a 69 Chevrolet El Camino. That is my favorite El Camino. It's rough. Rough. Be a good parts car or whatever. No motor or transmission. No grill. Bumper's bad. Okay. Let's see what else we got here. 64 or 65 Chevelle. I love those cars. I had a Ranchero an El Camino like this. And then I had a car like this. But mine was rusted out so bad the frame was even rusted on it. That one's got some good bones. That's a 2-door hardtop job. So you could take that and fix that up. Camaros, which I'm not too hot on. That's another Nova. There's a couple Novas here. It's a 2-door Nova. Looks like it used to be a race car. Fenders are gutted out on it. Be a good parts car for that one. This is a 65 or 66 Falcon. Automatic car. Straight seat. Automatic, probably a 6-cylinder. It's like 71 El Camino. You tell me. '72 maybe. Look at that top. That top has been around. Got a tree growing out of it. Huh. Looks like a 68, 69. No, it's newer than that. Looking at the dash. Like a 70 or 71 El Camino. Maybe a 72, I don't know. Got an old Ford pickup there. I think that's the one he told me about. He said it was a pretty cool old truck. Don't know what year it is or nothing like that, but you guys that like those Ford trucks, y'all probably do. Y'all probably know what year it is. It's a 57 Chevy 2-door hardtop. Sitting in the weeds. Somebody'd like to have that, I know, that don't look too bad. All that trunk and chrome on the fins and around the windows. It's even got this little flip thing here. It flips up when you open the door. That's pretty cool. It's a 2-door post. Got custom tail lightage on it. Look at that. Somebody fixed this car up years ago, it looks like. Looky there. Taillight lens is out of a 62 Chevrolet. That looks like a race car, a Nova race car. Oh, let's see if it's a Camaro or Nova. What it is. It's a Nova. Got a roll bar in it, I say that. There's the old Chevy. Too rough for me, but maybe not for you. I smell Smokey and the Bandit. It's a Trans Am. That's not a Smokey and the Bandit car, but it's got a tree. I bet it's got a tree 50. What do y'all think? Got a tree 50 in it? I bet it don't run. A cool car in its day. Airstream. Argosy Airstream trailer. Huh. This is an old Chevrolet like the one we looked at that guy's garage. It's probably got a lot of good parts on it you could still use. Even the cab corners look good on it. Ah, there's the GTO 69, I want to say. I had one time. Had a green one. But that's I'm gonna say 69. And they were so much fun to drive. Those cars drove like a dream. If a lot of you people don't remember, these cars used to be all together and you could buy them at car lots for, you know, pretty reasonable. And I had one of these. Had a 4-speed in it, 389. It was green. I think it was something like, I want to say under $1,000 when I bought it. But anyway, that was a long time ago. This is a V8 International pickup truck. Look here, there's another El Camino. Dig those wire wheels on that. There's another old truck, an Edsel. There's a 59 Ford over there. 2-door post car. This El Camino, I bet it was somebody's pride and joy at one time. I bet if it could talk, it would tell you some good stories. See that hood right there with a hump on it? That's what everybody likes. That's like a 71 or 72. I'm gonna say 72. SS. No motor, no transmission. There's that El Camino. Oh, 69 El Camino, 4x4. What do you think about that? Come out with a 307. Boy, that was a pig. That was a dog. No matter what you put on it, you still had a slow car. And that one's got a motor in it. Let's see if I can see what size it is. It's a small block. I'm gonna film every car here, but I am gonna film the ones I happen to walk by. And like I said, he's got a lot more. That's a 64, 65 Mustang, maybe 66. 6-cylinder, probably automatic, 3-speed in the floor. I bought those cars for 40 bucks, running, a convertible. That was back in the early 70s, like 71. And the guy had a bullet hole through the windshield. I had to stick a piece of tissue paper through the hole to keep the rain out. But there's a 56 Ford 2-door post. Look at the bumper at the back. See, it's got the exhaust coming out the bumper. It's probably a 292 car, club sedan. Not a bad looking car. It was pink, a pink dash. I bet this was pink. All this down here was pink and white. Now that was a pretty car. My daddy had one, 56 Ford. That says Thunderbird V8. My daddy had a 56 Ford like this. It was black and pink. Well, this one's white. Daddy's was black and the bottom was pink. The top was pink. That was a beautiful car. And my brothers, Danny and Bobby, were drag racing one night. And the brakes didn't work and they ran through a guy's house. Totaled it out. It's the last time we ever saw it. Monte Carlo. Old square body Chevy pickups. There's a couple of them. 71 or 72 Camaro. Is it split bumper ride? Might be. I think you could put a split bumper on one that had a bumper all the way across, because I did one time. A couple of newer Camaros. I don't know the generations, don't start me lying. And the GTA Trans Am. That's about it, folks. JR's Cars, 573-276-5900 in Malden, Missouri. See anything you're interested in, give them a call. Now on to the next stop. Okay, everybody, we're in Kennett, Missouri. Kennett, or T. I'm not sure, but Kennett, Missouri. This is Eubank's Auto Sales. He's, I've been buying from him. As a matter of fact, I bought my Fairlane sitting right here in this spot underneath this sign or close to it. But Eddie sells a lot of old stuff, and that's what we like on this channel. And I asked him, would it be okay to video cars and some of the stuff he had? He said, go ahead, knock yourself out. If you see anything interesting from this point on, at Eubank's Auto Sales is where you need to call. And he can give you the prices on everything and tell you what it's all about, what the cars are all about. The first one we're going to start out here with is a 1966 Mercury Cyclone GT. It's a S-Code 390 car. Now this is the car that's kind of like, just like my Fairlane as far as the doors and the windows. And this car is for sale. It's just a roller. But as you can see, it's got bucket seats. I can't get the door open. It's got bucket seats. It's got a console. The seats are kind of rough, but the old body looks good. Looks like it's got a new trunk lid on it. I'm not sure. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's just painted. Yeah, it's just painted. But Cyclone GT. Don't know the price? Call Eddie. It's got pretty decent door panels. And it's got a good headliner. That's a big thing right there. Because see, that headliner over there? I wish mine looked that good. But it don't. That looks pretty doggone good. I'm not sure if the bucket seats are correct for this car or the console. It looks like it's had floor pans put in it on the front and on the back. That looks like a whole floor pan. They didn't just scab them in there, it's the whole thing. But that makes it worth more money. The door shuts good too. How you like that? Got the vents in the hood. Okay, I'm gonna film everything he's got. There's a S10. You could probably stick a V8 in that and go racing on it. That looks like a Triumph. A little Triumph. There's no motor in it. It's ready for a V8. Stick a V8 in this thing and go play. There's a Camaro. Which, like I said before, I'm not a Camaro guy. Not these years. Little Mustang 5.0 Ranchero, which I think that one does run. I think I saw on his ad one time a transmission might be out or have issues with it. That says 348 cubic inches. Don't know if that's a 348 or not. Little short bed, square body. Looks like it was a race truck at one time. It's got the Frenched in tail lights. Let's see what else they got back here. If you see anything out here that you do like, give Eddie a call. Four-wheel drive, short bed, 76 Ford or 77, somewhere in that area. I think that's a 70 Cougar. I also had one of those at one time. Looks like a parts car or maybe a fixer-upper. It's got an automatic shifter in it. Just a roller. 5-lug wheels. Just probably a parts car. Okay, there's a Mach 1 Mustang. It looks like a Mach 1. Yep, Mach 1 Mustang. I think that's a roller. Not sure. I think it needs a floor pan in it. But there's something to work with, something to start with. Those are cool cars. This is a Ford Ranchero, like a 76, somewhere along in there. We got over here is a 65 Ford convertible. I always said I know the 65 because the 66 has got kind of a rounded hump right here and it's smooth, round. 65 is flat. That's the only way I could tell. No motor. No train. It's got a transmission in it though. Oh, bucket seat car. That's nice. Well, that's nice. Was nice. Those were some fancy seats. 4-wheel drive Ford pickup, F250. And this is a F150, like a 78. Somewhere along 76, 77, I don't know. There is a 68 Ford Ranchero, just like my brother Flash has. I like the wheels on that. I wish I had those on my Fairlane. But this is a 65 or 66 Mustang. Oh, what we got over there? Torino. Two-door hardtop. 70 or 71. Is that a Falcon or a Torino? I'm not sure. One way or the other, it could be a Falcon. Nope, it's a Torino 500. So there it is. Torino 500. Didn't know they made a Torino 500. Okay. Let's go back over here and see what else we got that we didn't catch. Thunderbird. Got a little rust damage on it. That don't hurt it. Cut the top off of it and make a convertible out of it. I bet this thing sit with the front end up in the garage and the back end outside the garage and sit there so long that it just rotted. That's a Maverick. It's probably a 69 or 70. Okay. Fiero, Toyota, Triumph. He said everything is for sale. A Jensen Healy, which probably changed in, was Austin Healy and changed to that. So there's a Triumph. I don't know if that's an MG or what that is. There's a couple of Buick Opals. There's a little Corvette's what they call those. And a 59 Ford station wagon. Steve, how do you know it's a 59 Ford? Because them goggle-eyed taillights is what I always say. That's a country sedan. I rode in one of those things. My brother had one. It was an Air Force car. Had holes in the ground. In the floor. So your feet could touch the ground. That's what that is. 59 Ford. '74, '75 Torino. '68 Mustang, I think. These come out, some of them with a 6-cylinder automatic. My brother had one almost new. It was a year old. And it would do 92 miles an hour, I know. Because on the floor, 92 miles an hour. This is a Fairlane 2-door hardtop. Air-conditioned car. It's got a 351 in it. That's a 69. You could actually make a 428 Cobra Jet. No, I don't know if they could or not. Yeah, I think they did come out with a 428. 429. 429 Cobra Jet. I've seen those. But it was a fastback car, but I'm sure you could probably get it in the coupe also. This is a 1957 Ford. It's like a plain Jane. No radio. It's got radio delete. No carpet in it, but I don't see no holes in the floors. 1957 Ford, folks. Smiling at you. It looks like it's happy, don't it? The hood raises up this way on a 57 Ford, 58 Ford also, and a 59. I love those wheels.
Yep, pretty.
I'd like to have some of them on mine.
Yeah, they look good on anything.
They do, don't they? Okay, I got permission from this farmer. I know of him. I don't know him personally, but I have stopped and talked to him about this vehicle we're going to look at. And it is not for sale, but it needs repairs. It's been sitting a long, long time. And I'm not even going to tackle it. And you'll see why as soon as I show it to you, because I dibble or dabble in junk. This is not junk in my opinion. If I had it, I would fix it myself, but I'd fix it my way. And this guy here is probably going to have it fixed professionally when he does have it fixed. And let's take a look at it. Do you recognize that? I'm not even sure about the year that they made these, but this is a GMC Cyclone. It is one bad mama jama. It's fast, guys. And you people that know these trucks know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. And this looks all original. This is a 90s, I'm gonna say, but I don't know. It's a square body type truck. There's people make clones out of these, you know, but this is the real thing. He's had it for a long time. I'm not gonna raise the hood because I don't want to get into that. You know, he's nice enough to let me film it. Looks just like a plain old regular S10 inside, doesn't it? You sit down in it and take off down the road, you'll know that this ain't a regular S10 truck. It's turbocharged V6. I'm gonna say it's a 4.3 liter V6 with a turbo. And you look it up, you can see how fast these things were back in the day. But this is a nice truck for what it is. And I'd love to own it, but I can't afford it. This is something that's out of my class. But there you go, folks. 90s GMC Cyclone. This is in Missouri, it's not in Arkansas. Here is the phone number for this business. There's nobody here that I can see. I just stopped to take a quick video of it. But he sells carports, and I don't know if he would sell cars or not. But that looks like an old Mercury Capri. No, that's a Lincoln. A Lincoln Capri. And I just had to stop and film it. Sitting here under this carport. It's dirty, it's nasty, but it's cool. What do you think about this? And there's a couple of cars some of you people might be interested in. It's a Porsche 924 over there, the red one. I don't know what that one is. I'm not into those cars. But this Lincoln Capri, how cool is that? Looks like somebody drove it in here and just parked it and is just letting it rot. Look at that steering wheel. This was a beautiful car at one time. You could tell somebody probably took it to car shows or whatever. But you just don't see those anymore sitting around. And here's one sitting in a carport. And moisture getting to it and all that. But somebody might be interested in that. Well, there's more my type, my style right there. Make a police car out of that, do whatever you wanted to with it. It's got the original hubcaps on it. Not a bad looking Plymouth. I'm gonna say it's like the 70s. I don't know if it's a 74 or whatever. Plymouth Satellite Custom. 4-door job. If you see anything here you like or you might be interested in buying, like there's no 2-door hardtop Chevy. I'm going to post this out there. The guy has a for sale sign on one of his cars, so that ain't no big deal for me to say, hey, you guys come out here and look. Look at there. 2-door hardtop, 50, I'm going to say 51, 52, I don't know. There's a 64 El Camino sitting there. An old Jeep. There's all kinds of cars out here. Camaro. And there's another 64 or 65 El Camino out there. Ranchero. Wait. No, I mean El Camino. Can you see that? El Camino. Steve, you're slipping, son. You're calling a El Camino a Ranchero. There's another one. Early 60s, mid 60s, Ford pickup. I don't see no fenders or nothing, but that's a builder right there. You could build that. That's still good enough shape that you could get it back on the road. And there's a fire truck. It's what we call them in Arkansas. Look at that fire truck. F-A-R, fire truck. And that's not for sale, so I know a lot of you's probably wanting it, but it's not for sale. It says no. And a Jaguar. I don't know anything about Jaguars, but I do know that's an old one. You could put a small block Chevrolet motor in that. Look at that gear shift way up there. And it's got a T-top on it too. It's got the fenders missing or fender skirts or whatever. It's an automatic car. It's an MX IX. Don't know what that means, but there you go. And the lens says England. I don't know what year it is, but I'm gonna guess early 60s, late 59 or 60 or 61, something like that. Might even sell you that trailer to go with it and take it back home. But I'm out just running around filming cars. It's close by my house. Just call that number. Don't call me because I don't know anything any more than you do. And there's even a Chevy that some people would like. You know, it's basically the same body style as the 454 SS Chevrolets. It's got a gear shift in the floor. So you could make a SS 454 out of this baby. Of course, if you like boats, there's a couple of boats. But anyway, I thought you might like to see this. If you don't, just zip through it real quick. I'm gonna go film some more. I seen some on the way up here. We're gonna film some more. Okay, folks, we're on our next stop here. We're at Classic Car Projects. The guy's name's Don Whitfield. A real nice guy. He's been a friend of mine for a while. He's got a lot of old stuff, and I sell and buy from him. So you can trust this guy. If he tells you a price, if he tells you you're gonna hold it till you get here, you can take it to the bank. And there's his business numbers right there. And we're gonna walk around with Don. There's his guard dogs. He's got some guard dogs. You gotta have these days. We're gonna walk around in here and take a little stroll through his honey hole. Okay. There's the first one we're looking at here. What year is that, Don? He said it's a 1951. That says New Yorker. New Yorker. Don't see dashes like that no more. Four-door car. Has it got a V8?
Got a motor, a six-cylinder.
Six-cylinder. Six-cylinder motor is in it. And
Next one's a 40 model.
1940 Ford, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bob truck.
And they good yard art.
Yeah, it's good yard art or a rat rod. People's making rat rods out of these now.
Yeah, they are.
Still got the headlight buckets in it. It's got a flathead V8 Ford motor in it. And that's a good hood too. Doors got some little rust on the bottom, but all of them do, I'm sure. All right, next is 65 Ford Fairlane 2-door hardtop. It's a roller.
This parts car or restored.
Parts car, or you just take it and fix it up. If you've got another one, you can make this into a car and use your old one as a parts car. It's got a good roof on it. All the windows in it. I like those. I saw a black one time. A guy had a 351 in it, and it was just as clean as a new one. All right, the next car or truck we got is a 1958 Ford custom cab step side pickup.
Big back window to it.
Okay, yeah, it's got the big back window. That makes it worth more. Gotta love that dash on these old trucks like this. It's got the seat, the floor looks decent. I mean, you got a couple little spots, but that's not bad. Standard shift. Look at there. Doors shut up good. Top of it looks good. It's a good fender, door. Yeah, chrome grill. You don't see those much anymore. And the fender on this side just got a little damage down at the bottom. That can be fixed if you know what you're doing. Bed looks good too. Everything out here is for sale. That's what Don does. And 48 Chevrolet. I always wondered why they put 6 lugs on those instead of 5, but I guess back in the old days, just about everything had 6 lugs, you know.
I think they wanted wheels on the truck and the cars to match.
Wheels on the truck and the cars would interchange with each other. 1955 Ford Fairlane Town Sedan.
Punch car, battery automatic, got your little radio in it.
Okay.
Real neat bag.
This is another one of those 55, 56 Fords had a 2-tone dash on some of them. This one was pink. So this car used to be pink. I figured it was pink and what, Don? Usually pink and black or something like that.
Yeah, I think,
Or
yeah.
pink and white.
I think it is pink and black.
But that one's all there. And the little spaceship speedometer is what I always called them. They had a little dome on top that you could see the sunlight coming through. If you look at that radio, that is a cool radio. There's, what is that, a clock over there and then a radio and then the heater controls.
The engine's complete, even the breather's on it.
Even what?
The breather is still on
It's even got the breather with it.
it. 4-barrel engine.
Yeah, there's the breather right there. Was that a V8 car?
Yeah.
All right, next we got a 65 Ford Ranchero. Falcon Ranchero. I know that instrument cluster right there cost you $100 just by itself, and the steering column, because I had looked for one and I found a bunch of them, but I was waiting on something that was cheaper and I never did find it. That's a good start to a project if you wanted to build a Ranchero.
Very cheap, $950.
Okay,
$950.
$950 for the whole car. Has it got a motor in it?
No motor. Those have a title. Most of these cars got titles.
Okay. Very little damage. Let's look at the back of it, see what the tail end looks like. It looks decent. Looks decent. You can just a few little dents and stuff. There's your short wheelbase square body Chevrolet bed. It's got a little rust on the sides of it, but all the bed inside looks good. If you like those. 62 Ford Falcon, right?
Futura, yep. Falcon Futura.
Falcon Futura. That's a 2-door sedan. And it don't have a motor or nothing in it, but it's got all the glass in it.
It's a 48 Pontiac.
All right, looks like Chevrolet, don't it? 48 Pontiac.
Look at
Has it got a straight 8? See Mr. Pontiac right there? These right here used to light up a long time ago. I don't know if that one does or ever did, but these little chrome pieces on the fenders, if you tried to find them, I don't know if you'd ever find them. And the same with this chrome on the hood. I've seen one guy had a car that had a hood similar to this as a Pontiac. He had those chrome pieces restored, and he paid $1,250 to get them back just for the hood chrome. So just think about that if you're looking at buying a car like this for parts for yours. What does that say, Don?
Silver Streak.
Silver Streak, okay. Pontiac Silver Streak. These actually remind me of a Chevrolet, and I'm sure they're based on the same platform. It's just a little differences, and there's the original hubcaps and trim rings also. That's something you don't see in a car like this in Arkansas and Missouri. Very seldom you see them have the original hubcaps and trim rings for those probably 15-inch wheels. A lot of chrome on that one, still good. Okay, what we got here is?
It's got a 48 F3. It's got a flathead V8 on it.
Flathead V8, 1948 F3. I didn't even know they made a F3. 3/4 ton, okay. Yep, there we go. That's why. It's a straight axle too, right? Now look at this, folks. There's your builder right there. If you got a later model running gear that you would like to stick something like this cab on, this would be perfect. If you didn't like a 3/4 ton, you can fix that too. You can change all that. And that old bumper ain't even been up. That's something like I'd like to drag home. I might do it someday if nobody don't buy it. Okay, got a Packard. A 57? 1957 Packard Clipper. V8 car, they just don't make them like that no more. I'd probably give you $1 the last time you ever seen one driving down the highway. And I don't know of any. I've never seen one. Especially with like a Packard chrome. Packard went all out on the chrome on some of these cars. They put chrome where chrome shouldn't even be on some of them. Okay. Got armrests with ashtrays in them on the front doors. Ain't that cool? And a kind of a gold kind of dash down at the bottom. Can't see that, look at that. These cars, they said, I watched videos of them building Packards and taking them out on the, and test driving them like for, you know, for a week out on a track. Just one guy would get out and another guy would get in. And they ran so good. And they were so proud of these cars when they first made them. And it was talking about how they were gonna beat the Fords and the Chevys and the Chrysler cars. Of course, you see they didn't, but they still had some classic looking lines on them. I think that was taken off of, looked like a 1956 Ford or something like that. Looks like it.
Look at the emblem in the grill.
Yep, the emblem. That's cool. That probably is rare to find, hard to find. Even a hood like that would be hard to find. And the chrome. That is a cool car. I bet there's some out there somewhere. Somebody's got one that's all fixed up and just needs a piece of chrome or needs a fender or something. Okay, this here is a
48.
another 48.
Yeah, that's old rat rod.
1948 Ford rat rod.
Rat rod.
No motor, transmission. It's
got a Buick back window, back bumper on it.
It's got 5 lugs.
It's different inside.
Somebody put a Buick radio in it, but that's what they did back years ago. They don't matter what the radio was. If it played, they stuck it in there. Buick back bumper or something like that. Ain't that cool? That's not thinking out of the box. Needs a little fender, I guess, a little fender work. But there it is. I don't see no air conditioning in it or nothing like that. But, all right, what we got here, Don?
42 Mercury.
42 Mercury.
Yeah. It's just sitting on a LTD frame with disc brakes.
Okay.
All that on it.
Somebody had a dream,
Yep.
and they was going to build them a rat rod or a little car to drive on the highway, and they put it on a newer model Chevy frame.
LTD frame.
Oh, LTD?
LTD.
Okay. Okay. But that's as far as they got with it. Now you can buy it and finish it up. You got a dream too.
This is another guy's dream. It's sitting on like a 95, 98 full-size Dodge Ram pickup frame.
Okay.
That's
The whole running gear, ain't it?
Yeah.
95-ish Dodge frame and engine, transmission, drive shaft still in it. You can get the exhaust on it. And that's a what crosser?
I'm gonna say 46, I think it is, something like that.
46. That come out with a straight. No, let's see. What would that come out with? A 6-cylinder?
6-cylinder, yeah.
They didn't have straight 8s in Chryslers. Okay.
New York, Chrysler, New Yorker.
Okay, New Yorker. 52 Ford.
Yep.
Mainline. That's,
2-door sedan.
yep, 2-door sedan. Those were pretty cars too. Of course, they all were when they knew, weren't they? And that sad-looking dash. And there, look at there. There's a grill in it. Might need some seat covers on it. Okay. There's the hood. And the horns were bolted to the hood, Don. The horns were bolted to the hood. Bolted to the hood.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Okay.
They just got a bunch of square bodies. This is a little short wheelbase frame. There's always somebody looking for short wheelbase frame.
Okay. Short wheelbase frame and all.
Like a 83. Short wheelbase.
And then this is, I don't know the difference, 64, 65, 66, all looked alike.
Yeah, I think it's 66.
66.
Yeah, and so going to Mexico.
I rode one of these brand new, folks. My stepdad had a 64, long wheelbase, solid white. I still, as a kid, I remember the sound of the windshield wipers squeaking. They did that when these trucks were brand new, and if you got a used one today, they still do it. It's a squeak, 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 squeak. But yeah, you could put a family of 4 and a box of Kentucky Fried Chicken and ride 500 or 600 miles in one of them things with no problem. But that's a 3/4 ton.
Yeah. Dually is what it was.
It was a dually, okay, like a wreck, like you could make a wrecker out of that if it wasn't one already. Is it sold, Don?
Yeah, this one's sold.
This one's sold.
This is the Bicentennial 1976 square body pickup.
Okay, 76 was the bicentennial year, folks. For some of you baby boomers didn't know that.
Look at the door panel, it'll show you that it was a Bicentennial. On the other door, there's a little.
Yep, I see it over there. Spirit of 76. It's got a couple original hubcaps. A Bonanza. And if you look at that, that'll tell you everything you need to know about what was in this truck when it came out. I can't read it, but Steve Magnotti can. And a lot of my friends can. Has it got a motor in it? It runs, but it knocks. Okay. Next is a
four-wheel drive. No, that's just a four-wheel drive. No, that's just a good 82.
82 two-wheel drive.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got a real good cab on it, real decent bed.
Good cab. And that one right next to it?
That is a four-wheel base, four-wheel drive.
Short wheelbase, four-wheel drive.
It's got the complete tranny in it. All the
Okay.
transfer case.
Transfer case and all.
Yeah.
There's another one.
That's full-size four-wheel drive. Long bed.
Electronic spark control. It's a long bed.
The little S10 is what people are looking for to put their older vehicles on.
Yep.
This is a long bed.
Yep.
S10.
And that is a low miles truck. This is a low miles truck.
Yeah, that's the one I got from you.
Yep. Yep. I had this. I went and bought this a long time ago. Don bought like 7 vehicles from me. And this is one of them I had plans for, but my wife had plans to get her yard back in order. So I had to do a lot of swapping and trading, and it didn't even stay at my house for like 2 months, and my wife said enough's enough. Okay, now here's one that's hard to find. This is a 63 Chevrolet Impala. Probably got a 327 in it. I tell them about the cars I had. I drove one. My stepdad had a salvage yard and a car lot. I drove one just like this from St. Louis back to Arkansas. Had bucket seats and an automatic in the floor with a goofy little old shifter that switched up and went from side to side, kind of the shift. It wasn't just up and back, but that was a beautiful car back then, and this looks like it. This looks like a real nice car. 2-door hardtop. Love the tops. They even, if you could see, they got these little ribs like the convertible cars. The convertible cars with a convertible top would have these little ridges here, so they built that into the top. And that's one you could fix up right there with very little work. Now, if you're a body man, now those SS hubcaps right there are hard to find. Actually, you could get this thing running and drive it like it is. Because Steve May, that's what Steve May would do. Because I like to show off the dents and stuff like that, and the rust pockets and the dents and scratches and all that stuff. Looks like it's got a real good windshield too. All the windows are good. Here's our Elvis car. 65? 63. I need Don to ride around with me and tell me what years these are. 63 Cadillac. I bet one piece off of this car, if you bought it up north, would cost you what he is probably going to ask for this car. So, yeah, and the dash parts and stuff like that. One door, I don't know what they'd cost, but if you was looking for one, they would be higher than they are if you just found one. There's another Cadillac. 62 or 63 Cadillac. That's a 68 Thunderbird?
No, it's 61. Yeah.
61. That makes sense.
That was 68 was 4 doors.
It's got the little piece right here, kind of like the Falcons.
Yeah.
And that was a 62 Falcon come out with those. They probably borrowed that idea and put it on the 62 Falcons. But this car is pretty good shape for what it is. You know, a parts car or a fixer-upper. A little foreign Triumph or something like MG. What? TR7 Triumph over there. Well, a Triumph TR7. Your Cadillac poor, Don.
Yeah. It's another 63. It's a 2-door.
63 two-door.
You could probably take the 4-door, 2-door and make a good 2-door.
Now you have people come from everywhere to buy your cars, don't you?
Yeah.
Like up north?
Up north, out west, east, yeah.
I remember I'd come by here sometimes and see people come by with a pickup truck that have like Wisconsin tags on it when I drove by, and they bought it and took a car back with them to Wisconsin.
And they do have a website, it's classiccarprojects.com.
Yeah, is that it out there? On that sign, it's classiccarprojects.com is his website, and he shows his inventory on his website. Old Buick.
Yeah, 40 or 39 or 40.
39 or 40-ish. The clock's still ticking on it. Nah, just kidding. Straight 8. There's a good door to like a 72 Chevrolet. There's a hidden treasures. Oh, that's the door to this. That's a GMC, like a 72, 71 or 72. That's a long wheelbase GMC. Yep, can't. You know by that grill. There's a Plymouth. 69 Plymouth Fury Sport. Let's show you something. I don't know if you can see that spider or not. He comes, the spider goes with the car. If you want it. If you don't want it, just Donna, get rid of it. Now there's a good looking old Ford.
Yeah.
54
53 Ford.
Custom Line. 53 Ford Custom Line.
It's 52 or 53, whatever the last year was for the V8. Flathead V8.
And the guy,
The flathead is.
it looks like somebody painted it with a paintbrush at one time, like
Yeah.
50 years ago. But believe it or not, that paint saved that car. That house paint or whatever kind of paint they used, it shows that that car is not rusted that bad at all. Very, very, very little rust on it. Here's another square body, short bed, square body.
Somebody's always looking for a short bed frame.
What we got on the row back up here?
It's a 65 Dodge Dart with a factory V8, 273.
Ah, 273. I forgot about those.
Yeah.
273 V8. And there's a 61 Falcon.
You know it.
60 or 61, that's one I had. Can't remember, I think it was a 60. Okay, Don, refresh my memory on the year.
Okay, that is a 52, I believe.
52 Chevrolet. Got fender skirts on it. By the way, there's the back of that Ford if you want to look at the back of it. It's a Ford-O-Matic, so that means it's an automatic car. And next to it, you got a 54?
53.
53. I'm just out of time, just a little bit.
That car is super nice on the inside. Got a little damage on the.
I remember that. It was really clean on the inside, but it had this damage on the door right there. But
That was my barn find.
barn find,
Yeah,
okay.
that was a true barn find.
You wonder what kind of people they're probably all gone now, but what kind of people drove cars like that? That was probably a real nice car. It could have been a banker. It could have been just a poor farmer. You never know on those old cars like that because everybody drove them. All right, 61 Pontiac. Huh?
1960.
1960. I told you I'd jump time somewhere along from getting to 68 years old. I've jumped time, and I'm almost there on just about everything I look at.
389.
389.
Yeah, 389.
389.
389.
I got you there, Don. 389 Pontiac 61 two-door hardtop job.
Got the same roof line as the Impala.
Yes, it does. That if you look at a 61 Impala, that's the same roof line on this 61 Pontiac. Just like 57 Chevrolet doors and 57 Pontiac doors are the same doors.
I believe so. Yep.
Yep. Stuff like that interchanged back then. They kept them a little bit longer. Now there's a good looking old Jeep.
It runs dry.
Run and drive, okay.
That's a good toy.
Yeah, that'd be something that you can just go play with now. Get in it and go play with it. Look at there, there's a little puppy dog. You for sale?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's for sale?
Full-blooded German Shepherd.
Yeah. It's got 4x4-wheel drive because I've seen all 4 legs working. That's not a bad looking Jeep there. It's got the deep dish wheels and all. There's that Pontiac if you want to look at this side of it, if you're interested in that. He's also got all kinds of parts hanging up here. If you guys see anything you might want to call Don about, there's an Edsel grill, an old Chevrolet, an old Ford grill, Ford pickup, Dodge van, a Buick, GMC, Ford, and look, all kinds of stuff hanging up in here and for sale, all this stuff. So if you're looking for a hard to find part, give Don a call. He might just happen to have it in that building. So yeah, I got one, or I got 2, or no, I don't have any. 59 Ford. This is a car, that's a 2-door post too. These were big old boats, but boy, they did drive good and ride good.
6-cylinder car.
6-cylinder, standard shift. 61 Ford Ranchero. Radio delete. It's just a roller. That's got a 60 grill in it though. Maybe that's a 60. Don't know. And this is a Nova. Like a 71, 72,
73.
73. Pontiac come out with a Ventura in 70, 71, and they were almost identical except for some badges and stuff like that. But a Pontiac Ventura and a Chevy Nova are basically the same car with just a little difference in the taillights and the grill and stuff like that. Another Cadillac. What's that, a Plymouth?
Yeah, Dodge.
Dodge, got an old Dodge.
Two-door.
Yep, it is a two-door.
Yep.
You don't see a lot of them anymore.
They don't care like for 60 miles, all the glass is good, the windshield's good, back glass. I'm talking about the good glass. Is,
Yeah.
Hard to find. The windshield, probably $1,200.
Yeah.
You find it.
If you needed a windshield, there you go. Call Don. 61, did you say?
60.
60. And there's a Chevy van. You don't want to let your daughter's boyfriend have one of those. Don't ask me why.
Yeah.
And there's a fire truck.
39 fire truck. International.
39 International fire truck. We call them FAR trucks, F-A-R. Fire trucks in Arkansas. Come up here 3 miles across the line into Missouri. They call them fire truck. Fire truck. Look at there. How cool is that? Deering Fire Department. Deering, Missouri. Yeah, these fire trucks always did have good panels and stuff like that because it took care of them. Yeah, it would. Square body cab. 83. 73, I mean, yeah. There you go. And this old Ford F5. Okay. This is a Bob truck, right? Wasn't it? Like a Bob truck?
Yeah, that comes from Hollywood, Missouri down there.
Okay, I know where Hollywood is.
Yeah. Save it from being crushed. Okay, somebody might need it from yard or it's got the flat end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's it, folks. We've filmed about all we're going to film here. You're welcome, Don. I hope you sell some stuff off my video. If anybody does call Don, tell him you saw his stuff on Dead Car Rescue. And Don ain't giving me a dime. I don't ask for a penny. But I'm just trying to help out my buddies and also my people on my channel.
Appreciate it.
Trying to help y'all find a car and trying to help Don sell a car. We'll talk to y'all later. God bless.